Coming up on Look Today, well, the Saratoga Performing Arts Center and other important organizations in our community held a press conference today to announce a new initiative. It's called Jazz Fest Fridays. We've got a lot of details. Plus, Warren County Sheriff's Department will be holding boat safety courses. More on that coming up. And Governor Cuomo is hoping to crack down on ticks in New York. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Scott Hayden. He's Executive Director of the Adirondack Folk School. And we're joined by Barbara Boughton. She's a basket weaving instructor at the school. And they're here to talk about the very exciting upcoming summer season. I also sit down with Dylan Radigan. He's candidate, New York's 21st Congressional District for the House of Representatives. And he's here. I talk about his platform and reasons for running. It's part 2 of my interview with him. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Big headline story. In our lead story, Saratoga Performing Arts Center and other very important organizations in our community held a press conference today to announce a new initiative called Jazz Fest Fridays. Now, the press conference announced a collaboration between SPAC, Saratoga County Chamber of Commerce, Cafe Lena, and other important businesses in our community. And speakers at the event spoke about the expansion of the Jazz Fest off SPAC's stage and into the community. Well, we were at the event where President and CEO of the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, Elizabeth Sobel, spoke.
Where local establishments all over the city are going to be promoting live jazz. Cafe Lena itself will be presenting Chuck Lamb, who is one of our own local jazz treasures. And SPAC, through its wonderful Action Council, has created a new late-night speakeasy event at the Canfield Casino, a night on Bourbon Street where we will be celebrating the heritage of New Orleans through its music and its food.
It's all part of a much larger initiative to help this area turn into a real cultural center. And when you think about it, between SPAC and Cafe Lena, it will be including Universal Preservation Hall and all of the very interesting businesses in our community, they all blend together to contribute to promoting culture in our community. Very cool. Well, Todd Shimkus, who's the president of the Saratoga Chamber of Commerce, also spoke on how Elizabeth Sobel is bringing change to the city.
She came to town with a bunch of great ideas, challenged a lot of people, and I think it transformed, I know, the way the Chamber thinks, and I know other organizations as well. We've got the DBA here, we've got the Convention Bureau here, we're all partners. The challenge was that we're not just health, history, and horses. I've heard her say that.
Wonderful initiative. Now the Freihofers Saratoga Jazz Festival takes place the weekend of June 22nd. I think it's like the 45th year or something like that. Really amazing. In other news, well, the Warren County Sheriff's Office, in conjunction with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation, will be offering a free boat safety course. It's going to happen in June. The class is designed to educate boaters on the many facets of boat safety. Now, for adults and children 14 years and older. Now, successful completion of this course will allow those to operate personal watercraft in New York State. And we're at the Sheriff's Office today, and we spoke to Patrol Lieutenant Pete DeFiore about the importance of boater safety education.
Operating a vessel on a waterway in New York State is not the same as operating a motor vehicle. On the roadway, the lanes are clearly marked. You know where to be. On a body of water, it's completely different. The rules, quote, of the road, unquote, are different on a body of water than they are on a public highway.
You know, it's real important. I've been a boater my whole life, and back in those days, you used to have to take a course to be able to even operate a boat. Trust me, the things I learned when I was 14 years old stayed with me my whole life. Important initiative. All right, switching from news to weather. Today was rainy, cool, cold, temperatures in the low 60s. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update on Look TV. We currently have plenty of showers and storms heading into the Capital District and into the regional area of the Northeast and New England as well. A huge band from earlier today, thanks to a stationary front and an area of low pressure, will advance towards our area heading into tonight, and will try to make its way through our area via a cold front on this Wednesday. And that cold front should be to our southeast. Also a secondary cold front to the north as well. It's going to provide some scattered showers in a low of 53 this evening. South wind about 5 or so miles per hour. Then we'll see mainly sunshine for the early morning hours. That cold front clears out, and we'll see a little bit cooler weather for 7 and 8 a.m. We're back in the mid-60s by 9 a.m. And then during the day Wednesday, mainly sunny skies near 80 degrees, northwest wind at 5 to 8 miles per hour. Beyond that, sunshine through Friday. Stormy weather chances, unfortunately, just in time for Memorial Day weekend as we continue to see highs in the mid to upper 70s, maybe lower 80s on Saturday, lows comfortable in the lower to mid 50s. That was your first look weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. All right, back to the news. Well, New York State has a plan to combat the tick population for this summer season. Governor Andrew Cuomo has announced the state will use eco-friendly tick treatments on public land, as well as expand the deer feeding stations that apply tick treatments as a deer feed. Well, tick bites, as you know, can result in the transmission of illnesses such as a devastating disease, Lyme disease. So if you're hiking, outdoor activities, remember they begin this time of year, and please remember to check yourself for ticks. Up next, I sit down with Scott Hayden. He's Executive Director, Adirondack Folk School, and we're joined by Barbara Boughton. She's a basket weaving instructor at the school, and they're here to talk about the upcoming summer classes, sessions, and all the interesting things that are going on at the school. I also sit down with Dylan Rattigan. He's a candidate for New York 21st Congressional District for the House of Representatives, and he's here to talk about his platform and reasons for running. And this is part 2 of my interview with him. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I've got a couple of lookouts for tonight. All of us here at Look Media were at that press conference this morning where Elizabeth Sobel and Todd Shimkus and Sarah Craig, amongst others, spoke about this new initiative to help turn this region more into a cultural center, or in addition to the other things it's known for, become more of a cultural center. And when you think about what that means, you know, the performing arts are so exceptional, and there are so many wonderful venues and places around here, and it really does add to the culture of a community, doesn't it? So very, very cool initiative, and we're going to be talking a lot about it in the months to come. Another one, as many of you know, when you're in Saratoga, the place to go for Asian dining is a place called Azumi right on Putnam Street, right in downtown Saratoga next to Gaffney's. Well, Larry and the team there just recently did a complete remodeling. It's now called Wasabi. I could have picked a better name maybe, but Wasabi. And Larry today brought over a whole tray of all their specialties to treat us here. And the food was absolutely delicious. So best of luck to Larry and everybody at the new establishment, Wasabi, right here on Putnam Street. Tonight on Look TV, Queensbury Town Board meeting. It's a new one. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.